Edgar, I'd like you to do a quick introduction of who you are and what you do here at Home Sweet Home.
Okay, I'm Edgar. I'm the Rapid Rehousing Bridge of Hope Navigator. Basically, my job is to help those overcome homelessness find a home that's safe, suitable, and affordable.
Great. How long have you been doing that?
I started in April, so about 9 months now.
Okay, all right. As you know, we're talking about the importance of being trauma-informed, and specifically for you, I want you to think about the importance of helping people rebuild control in their lives. That's one of the core concepts of being trauma-informed. So I wonder if you could tell us a story about a client either that you are or have worked with for whom helping them rebuild control was really something you paid attention to and kind of how things went.
Okay. I have a client named Sam. He started off sleeping in a stairwell at the Law and Justice Center parking garage. He had recently gotten out of prison and he was struggling just getting on his feet after that situation. I received a phone call from one of the other local agencies in town who said, "Hey, this gentleman really needs some help. Can you come and explain your rapid rehousing program?" I immediately went over and met with him and Sam, and he kind of told me his story, how before he went to jail, he had, nice cars and clothes and his own place, wife, and all that kind of just went to the wayside after he went to jail. So I started asking him, what do you want out of life? Where do you want to go? What do you want to achieve? And obviously short term was finding a place to live because he was sleeping in a stairwell. Sure. His life was in danger. He had a gentleman who had threatened his life at one point in the stairwell, and I knew then, I really needed to step in and get him some help. 6 days later, we had several apartments to look at. He chose one that was within his budget, and he moved in 3 days after that.
That's fast. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was fast. Just giving him the options of saying, "Hey, here's a place that is $600, but your income only matches a place that's roughly $250 to $300. He kind of started understanding, okay, I want this nice luxury place, but on the same token, my income doesn't support that. So a lot of my job is kind of getting people to understand, your budget, your income has to match your lifestyle. So that's what I've really been working towards.
But it sounds like every step of the way, you're giving him choices. You're presenting the information and allowing him to make the choices of how to navigate through those things.
Correct.
Is that right?
I do a budget with them to let them see what their price range is. And I let them know, these are your choices. And I try and explain, okay, if you go with this option, then at the end of the month, you're going to have this amount left over. Versus if you go with this option, you'll have money saved up where in a year after your lease is up with this current place, you can move on to something better.
Yeah.
That's always the goal, is to keep progressing in life.
Right. Yeah, and certainly helping that experience of control over that trajectory is a big deal. One of the things that we've mentioned is wearing our trauma glasses to understand what's going on for people. If you think about your work with Sam, and we probably should have said Sam isn't his real name.
Sorry,
we're
no.
just using that as a example name.
Yes.
But if you didn't put on your trauma glasses and focus on helping him rebuild control in his life, how do you think the work would go with someone like him?
It would have been difficult. He was at that mindset due to where he was staying, where he felt jail was better. It was warm. It was 3 square meals a day. He had a bed to sleep in, and he was just at that point where it was either I go back to jail or, my life is not worth living. So I think had I not put on those glasses and met with him that same day, the outcome that I have today would be completely different. Yeah. And obviously I don't want to see anyone go back to prison for something stupid, so it's always important to put on those glasses and try and look past your own views and thoughts and look at their situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Is there anything else that you think you want to talk about, how you pay attention to helping people rebuild control in their lives. It can be about Sam or about anybody else that you work with.
In general, I've worked with a lot of people who have major trauma in their lives, and a lot of it has been someone controlling their life, not giving them the options. So when I work with clients and they're like, oh, I have options. I'm like, well, yes, you have options. You know, I'm not here to take that control from you. I'm here to give you control. You definitely see them kind of open up and, you know, start to work through some of that trauma, tear down those walls that they've built because they have been hurt. So I definitely get a joy out of seeing things like that.
That's great. Well, Edgar, I probably don't say it to you enough, but man, I really appreciate the work that you do with the people that we serve. And thanks for helping us do these videos too.
No problem. Thank you.